Hey guys, this is Gandalf here again for another weekly market update. So let's get straight into it. Let's take a look at ES. So we've had, a series of, I'd say, a couple of weeks where we've been in this kind of grinding higher, just kind of straddling this resistant trend line. We've got key support, I'd say, at this 39.80 level, which was where we broke out. There's also the 50-day moving average just above it, and in this entire bull run, really, we haven't strayed too far away from the 50-day moving average. So anything around the 50-day would be good for some swings. And some potentially longer term plays. Crucial support is this 38.50 area. Anything below that, we have a potential trend reversal. So that's the level to keep an eye out for. And from previous videos, as you know, I've talked about this. I usually look for dips to buy. I've bought many of these dips here. I didn't buy this dip here. I'm really talking about a swing and longer term perspective, multiple months type trades. I didn't go in too heavy. I did buy some Google, which I profited nicely from. So because I haven't bought here and I've kind of missed this breakout area, if you don't buy down here, you're kind of stuck up here because the risk reward of going heavily long in swings at this point, when you really don't have much of a support. The real crucial support are here and here, and they're quite far away. I think it's difficult to get into any swings or long term. So I've not really entered many. I'm very light on swings. I entered JD.com, as I think some of the Chinese names may outperform in the second half of this year. So I am in JD, but really I'm waiting for my opportunity. So I'm waiting for the next move lower. I'm not really actively trying to short this market. This could easily, we've seen this before. It could easily start, continue just to grind higher, and anyone that's kind of overly bearish here, it's going to be painful for them. So I'm waiting for buying opportunities. I'm not looking to actively short the market too hard. I do think there is, considering this impulse wave is now pretty extended, I do think there is a chance for a correction of some sort. So I'll be on the lookout for bearish signs. There was I'd say on the weekly that there was a potential bearish candle last week. So we did have this. We closed at the lows of the week and wicked above. So that's something to look out for. We do need follow through for this candle to validate. We need some follow through downside. We've started the week in the futures heading higher, so let's see if we try hit that peak again and maybe we reverse, and if we get some tweezers, that might be a sign that the market may be looking to reverse. So those are signs I'm looking out for. But until I see some concrete signs, I see some supports breaking down, we're not trying to short this market here. So my advice is don't go heavy on swings. Just don't hold positions longer than a couple of days. Look for day trades, follow the day trades. That should keep you safe, and have cash on the sidelines for if we do get some more interesting prices in the market. That's when I'll be ready to strike. Same thing with NQ. NQ, like we've been saying this for weeks, ES is way more bullish than NQ. So some of the cyclical value stocks are definitely ones you want to keep an eye out on. Although this kind of pattern here with NQ is quite interesting. Looks like we're kind of accumulating here just above this previous all-time high. We've got kind of two sets of waves, A, B, C thing kind of going on here. So I wouldn't be surprised if this was just an accumulation for something like that. At ES we've been at this trend line, resistant trend line. NQ we're still quite far away from that resistant trend line. So maybe NQ looks to catch up with some of the cyclical value stocks that are in ES. So Keep an eye out for that. This key support is here, 13,700 on NQ, so we don't want to go below that. So look, the indices do look like they want to continue grinding higher. Don't try short, but just be cautious. We're at pretty extreme levels, so just watch your back. If don't go all in on 1 month out swings. If you are gonna swing or you want to leap, I'd go to the end of summer, September, October type leaps, and then you can maybe ride some of the downside and wait for the market to bounce. So that's my view on the indices. As I've not been particularly active in stocks, when you miss it, you wait for your next opportunity. I've been more active in crypto, which has been quite interesting. So this is actually my chart from last time we spoke. So I talked about this kind of bearish divergence, losing momentum, trend lines getting less steep, and we're expecting a big down move, and this is what I was looking for, kind of an ABC. So it sort of happened. It's happened. The first wave went way lower than I thought and actually touched my reload zone. So I did pick up a few alts down here that I was interested in. I picked up some more Atom, some more H-bar, and a couple of the alts but not too big. I didn't put much in. And now we've had this B wave, so we're looking for the next wave down. And what is that going to look like? So, and let's just put some Fibonacci retracement levels in. So we're at an interesting point here with Bitcoin. And let me just clear this up because it's looking kind of messy. So let's just clear this up. So this is our reload zone. So we dipped below this 0.236 level, and this Fibonacci is from the entire bull run. So we've pulled back at least one fib. We bounced, and we're at a 618 retracement. So this is an area you could look at. It's also a previous peak, so there is some supply up here for sure. I just suspect, though, that we may test this level here, and that's the area I had previously identified 61K as being an area that you may want to lighten up some alts. If you're heavy in some alts, lighten up some alts, maybe lighten up some Bitcoin, because we're going to have this C wave, and where this C wave takes us, I'm not so sure. It could take us down here. We may find some support here. The other option is we head to the next Fibonacci level, so this 44K. So I'm going to have some low ball bids. When this starts to happen, I'm going to have some low ball bids for Bitcoin down here around the 44K. Again, you don't want to be overly bearish Bitcoin. You really don't want to short anything. I think you want to wait for your opportunities to, trim and then reload what you've trimmed back in and at lower prices. So I'm not really sure what we're going to see. This could be the Fibonacci level we break down from. We could even do this. We could bounce. We could break down here and head to the next level and then head down, right? That's another option. But I think the message with Bitcoin is don't expect fresh all-time highs for a while. It could happen. Anything can happen, right? But it looks to me like we've had this huge wave, and now, in between every trending move is always a range, and it looks like we've just started our range. So this could go on for a while, right? Like I said, it could go something like that before we kind of break higher. So I think Bitcoin is no longer interesting. I think where the game is in crypto is in altcoins, and how you navigate the altcoins. And something to look at is Bitcoin dominance. So this is something last time we talked about, maybe a couple of weeks ago. I was tracking this trend line and this Fibonacci level, the 38.2% retracement. So this is Bitcoin dominance. This shows how dominant Bitcoin is in the overall market cap of crypto. The higher the number, the more dominant Bitcoin is. And we were expecting this trend line to break down and for us to have an alt season. And we had an epic, fairly epic alt season. Look at 4 or 5 weeks of straight downward movement in Bitcoin dominance. We're now getting to price areas where I'm really careful in alts now. I think there's potential to 44, this next Fibonacci level. there's no signs really that we're about to reverse. I mean, this has been straight down. But I think it's time to start taking some profits on alts. Go back into safety of Bitcoin or Tether. It's time to lighten up, basically. Now, I have lightened up heavily on altcoins, and I've only got the main altcoins that I plan on holding long term, and those are Ethereum, which I've been long since down here. I'm lucky enough to have bought last year and held, and I've just held that, and I'm planning on holding this. I'm not taking profits on this until 5,000 plus, so I don't know if it's going to happen now, but I do plan on holding Ethereum, and Ethereum nobody's selling Ethereum is the summary of this chart. Nobody wants to sell, and we're seeing Ethereum slowly go parabolic. Same with Solana. Solana's going parabolic. It's another one that I own heavy. Probably should lighten up here, but I'm just going to hold it. Another altcoin I'm really bullish on from fundamental perspective, not really looking at technicals, is HBAR Hedera Hashgraph. I actually bought the ICO. I think it was last year. I was underwater. I bought this ICO at 10 cents. So, let's have a look where that is. 10 cents. So I bought it here, and when it went on the upper market, I actually lost 70%. I held it though, and it even went down to 1 cent. So I mean, I lost about 90% of this coin, but I held it, and patience paid off. Finally broke even here, and now I'm up 3x on my ICO investment. This was totally underappreciated in this time. This was a time nobody cared about crypto, but now people are appreciating it, and I think it has a lot of upside. I'm targeting $1 plus on HBAR, so that's one that I'm going to hold. So these are coins I'm holding regardless. I do have a lot of cash ready for when Bitcoin gets down here again. I think I will start to load up on alts and some more Bitcoin. So that's what I'm looking at. So, in summary, I'm way more active in crypto than I am in indices. And it's really because I missed the boat with the indices. It didn't buy the dip. It happened. So I'm waiting for the next dip with indices. And I would advise you guys to be careful with swings and long terms. Just hold some cash on the sidelines. As we gradually get higher and higher, keep more cash available to buy the dip, basically. So, and I think that's it for me for this week. Let me know for next week if there are any stock tickers that you want to look at. Next week I can do a more stock focused session. So just in the comments on this video on YouTube or in the Simba Stock Slack, give me some charts. I'll take a look during the week, and I'll do some analysis next week. So yeah, stay safe trading and have a good week. Thank you.